the game management in the second half, obviously, I don't like the saying that like is sometimes harder to play against 10 men, but it sometimes confuses teams. You know, you're caught between a rock and a hard place, especially being 2-1 up in the game at that point. So you don't know whether to really like try and go after it a bit more or not. And obviously, the situation that we're in the league in terms of league table points are massive, and we just want to make sure that the second half we managed the game. We limited the sort of the opportunities we could give them to commit bodies forward, like free kicks and corners and like long throw-ins, and but we did that within reason. I mean, I don't think that they created a lot in the second half. That said, I would I think they're going to be looking to win the playoffs the way that they you can just tell they got quality and they got confidence. So this makes his 3 points even more of a earned 3 points today. But obviously we know we got a shorter than usual turnaround, like we did like obviously last weekend. We had an extra day, in fact, in the bank holiday weekend we only got one day, and then we go again Monday night against the side looking to chase down the playoffs in Evesham. So we know that we're starting to grow in our confidence, but we know that it's a hard task coming at us Monday night, but one that we're going to be well and truly up for.
Absolutely, and you talk about that quality there from Hamworthy and what they're going to look to do in the playoffs this season. I mean, that quality shown within the first few minutes. We found ourselves 1-0 down, but what a response from the players to turn the match on its head within the first quarter of the game, with a fantastic finish from Ben Bayman, of course, of Van der Grub.
Yeah, obviously, like you're absolutely right there, and it's slightly frustrating in the way the season's played out in terms of like from sort of February onwards, we seem to have we've amassed good amounts of points that would take us definitely in the top 7 or 8 of this division. It shows that those sort of silly points that we threw away at the start of the season, the draws that turned into losses and the losses that were draws, the wins that were end up in draws, that we it's frustrating to say the least. You only got to see how bunched together this league is now. Like we've nestled now, I think a point behind quite a few sides, and it's one thing now that we got to look at Monday and try and get ourselves out of that bottom 4 before other teams play, and then it sort of puts pressure on them. The first box ticked today was making sure that we don't finish in the bottom 2, and I believe that's the case now with Cinderford losing today, so we can't finish in the bottom 2. But now we've got 2 games to try and get ourselves out of the bottom 4. So like I say, we can't be going into these games with more confidence, because we're a confident group and we're growing that confidence. But again, we know how hard a task it is Monday, and then following a week away at Westbury. So 2 big challenges coming our way, but I think 2 that this club, the whole club, is set well and truly up for.
You talked about the Farmy Army support there, Lee, and how obviously important they're going to be in our final few games. You asked them to come out in the numbers today, another 200 plus crowd. You know, beautiful sun is shining. You know, we're going to have more supporters join us on Monday. Just a word on the Farmy Army.
Yeah, like I said, we said at the start of last week that we'd look to try and encourage the support over 2 games, being at home in quick succession, and I think the scheme's well and truly in place, and it's massive. Do you know what I mean? Like, atmosphere is everything in football, and at all levels of football, and it shows that the lads definitely respond to it. And also we want more people in the ground, because it builds everything. The beers flow, the food gets bought, and everything else can fall into place. But they're playing a massive part in the reboot of our season, and a massive part in, like, this time last year we were playing for a different prize, and obviously we've had a bit of a tough period this year because of different reasons and different voids that haven't been filled. But again, I can't say thank you enough to them, and like I say, I'll never forget what they're doing for this club, and in turn for myself, and hold that in like massive regard in my head.
Definitely, and it's back-to-back victories, obviously in the league, and obviously with Hamworthy being 3rd placed, you know, this is a massive 3 points against a very, very good side. Just how important is it to to have that confidence going into Monday? You talk about Monday's game and how crucial that is. You know, just how important is it to play a team like Hamworthy, 3rd place in the league? You know, doing really, really well, and obviously coming out on top.
Confidence is key to anything you do in life. I mean, whatever you do, whatever job you're about to fulfil or whatever. So to beat a side for a place in the table is important. Obviously, there's different remits in our season to their season, and they got bigger hurdles to play in the next coming weeks, and I wish them well in that. You know what I mean? I'm not foolish enough to know that their mind might be slightly elsewhere, but that's not taking anything away from us. Do you know what I mean? That's football. You play everyone twice in a season. We played them earlier in this season. We went there with a very much sort of 60% at under 18 squad that night. So we took our medicine that night, and we had a little bit of a like not a revenge thing today, but like we've managed to equal points with them. Like, they took their 3 and we've taken our 3. So circumstances probably fell for them that night, and they fell all in for us maybe today. That's it in football. You know what I mean? We now look to the next one. We're obsessed with Monday night now. We're like, and that's the way football gets you at this stage of the season when there's prizes or positions in leagues and that's at stake. We're obsessed with it. It's going to take up all our time, all our thought. Everything's going to go into Monday night now, and hopefully we can get that positive result that we need, and then we can look ahead into Saturday. But that's all I can say is Esham's coming to town. We know that they're going to be bang up for it because they're a club looking trying to chase down the playoffs, but they're going to be meeting a Bristol Manor Farm side that is a totally different animal since February.